I've been using TC Electronics stuff for forever. I remember the first time I was teaching in a music store, and somebody was like, "Oh, you got to check out this 2290," and it looked like a spaceship, and I didn't know what it was. And we plugged it into 2 practice amps, and it was like the most beautiful chorus that I ever heard, and I like melted, and that was it. And so then I always had like a 2290, in the studio or in my live racks. I've always used that, and a whole bunch of other TC stuff. But one of my very favorite pieces is the chorus pedal. It's an SCF pedal, and I don't know when they came out with that. It was a while back. Anybody know? I don't know the history of that. Tor, do you know? 36 years ago. Okay, so it's an old pedal, but it just has this beautiful chorusing sound. You can select chorus or a flanger, and the thing that I loved about it is you use it as a stomp box. You plug directly into the amp, and I've used Mesa Boogies again forever, and the way Boogie the way that it interacted with the distortion of a boogie and that pedal, again, you guys know how it is. You play guitar, there's certain music that you relate to, there's certain players that you relate to,
Petrucci.
and thank you. You can't explain why, but for some reason, that music just hits you in a certain way. Well, it's the same I find with effects and things like that. There's certain gear that is just made for you, and that combination, the Music Man guitars, the chorus through the boogie, it's just, doesn't get any better. So, anyway, so that's where it started. Now, when I started talking to TC about doing a signature pedal, the conversation kind of went like, based on this pedal, what would you do to make it a signature? If we're going to do a chorus, what would you do? And so the early conversations were, thinking about how, popular sort of boutique-y and modded pedals have become. And I started to collect tons of those, different overdrives and delays and things. It's a blast. But I said, what would be great for me is if we kind of made it into like a modded boutique-y version of this pedal. I mean, it's awesome, but what would I do different? I would I would make it, more roadworthy as far as what it's made out of in the chassis. It would use better, like high-quality components, give it true bypass, stereo in and out. I just started rattling things. What would I do different? It has a cabled power supply, so let's use an adapter power supply. What else? Give it more headroom. It's could be a little bit noisy, so let's lower the noise floor. All these different things, and then Tor from TC Electronics went away and worked on that. So that's the basis of where this pedal started. And then at some point they developed their tone prints line, and one NAMM show a couple of years ago, something like that, he came up to me and basically said that this package, this shape and everything, is what we can, how we can incorporate my pedal. We can do it in this shape, and we can use the tone prints technology in this pedal, so it has the, compatibility where you can download different effects into this pedal. You can beam them from your iPhone and through your guitar pickup, so it has all this great technology. And we also weren't limited to just making it a chorus. And I don't know technically how this works, but Tor does. But I guess the modulation effects are similar in that they use the same sort of mathematics or algorithms where you can have a chorus or a flanger or a vibrato. There's similar types of effects, and you don't just have to have separate pedals. You can have all of those in one pedal. And we decided to do that and not be limited to just chorus, and we put a rotary switch on there to select. So that's like in a nutshell. I'm talking fast, but that's how we got to where we are today, and came up with a crafty name of the Dreamscape, and here it is. And I'm really excited about it. It's my first pedal, signature pedal. It's their first signature pedal, and the great thing about it, and anything like this, whether it's guitars, amplifiers, anything you're gonna put your name on, and go out there and saying this is a product that I endorse, that I helped design, or whatever. It has to sound awesome. It has to be something you're going to use, and this pedal sounds amazing. The chorus is totally incredible. It's really rich. It's warm. It's thick. It sounds like, to me, it's the greatest chorus pedal that's out there. It's awesome. So if you're a fan of that kind of effect, and same thing with the other modulation, the flanger and all that, you'll find you just go through the rotary and every sound is great. The way that we built it is, you know, I use chorusing and flanger and effects like that in different situations. Sometimes I'm on a clean sound where I have like an opening to a song that's arpeggiated, like on the Backs of Angels or Pull Me Under or something, and you'll hear a chorusing sound. Sometimes I have the big like chords, the Alex Lifeson distortion and ninths and all that, and I use a chorusing sound. Sometimes I use a flanger that has like a really sort of jet sound, like Van Halen Unchained, and that's different than if I was going to do something that was like a clean intro to a song. So this has all those different types of sounds in it, and from the presets that are on the rotary, you can then tweak beyond that point and go to extremes. So that's basically it. And like I said, it has a tone print spot, so if you like a sound that's online, you can put it in there as well. And it has stereo ins and outs. You can use it as a stomp box in front of your rig, or you can use it in your effects loop. You know, if you do the old trick where you have two heads and you run them in stereo, you can have this in there. It'll automatically detect line level and be clean and have enough headroom. I don't know how they do it. It's like amazing technology that they use, but it's awesome. It does all that stuff.